personal, but hopefully you can feel comfortable answering them, okay? Of course, at any time, if you feel uncomfortable, then you can let me know, okay? So let me just go to free page here. Okay. Actually, you're a plane flying very loudly over top. Question: do you travel much? I see, but you're not in the plane above us right now. Okay. So, you have a very sharp pencil, okay? And I'm going to be noting down your answers, okay? But this is just between you and me, so don't feel nervous or anything like that. It's all very casual, really. Okay, first up, going into the new year, how do you feel about last year? Just generally, if I were to ask you, how did your 2023 go? What would you say? Okay. Okay, I see. And so, you said that there were some areas that you feel maybe you didn't excel or that could have gone better. Okay, and so could you maybe give me an example of that? Okay. Okay. Now I do want you to know that your worth is never defined by a number, whether that's a grade or a salary amount or a number on the scale, okay? You are never defined by numbers, okay? So just always keep that in the back of your head, especially going into the new year. I know that you feel that you didn't excel in that area. However, I just want you to remember that you can meet your goals and excel at your goals without putting a number on certain things, okay? And I think that might just help you feel a little bit more comfortable and maybe even motivated about reaching certain goals, okay? Because you're not defined by a number. Your worth isn't defined by a number, okay? Always remember that. I have to remember that as well. I think it's something that a lot of people do. Okay, and now, with that said, what's probably your favorite memory of 2023? Yeah, it can be of anything. It can be a really small memory, like you going to your favorite bakery and they had all of your favorite pastries in stock, because that's rare. Or it could be a really big memory, like last year I met the love of my life. So that would probably be mine. But there are so many you can think of. Okay. Yeah, big or small. It's really anything. It's what it means to you. Okay. Oh, that sounds like a really lovely weekend. It was like a little getaway then. Okay, I love that. Now, you said that was with a friend. Are you still friends? Okay, good to know. Sometimes it can be hard carrying over friends into the new year. Okay. Now, going into 2024, is there anything that you really want to, maybe any bad habits that you want to drop? Okay. Oh yes, I know, you've been struggling with that one for a few years now, but I really believe in you. I think 2024 is the year. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to just ask you a few more personal questions. sometimes I put unrealistic expectations on people, and that's not fair to either of us. So do you find that you do that as well sometimes, maybe? Okay. More regards to friends, do you want to give an example of that? Yeah. Yeah, that's really common, especially with making plans. Yeah. Do you think that you're a good communicator? Okay. That's good then. So, do you communicate those expectations with friends about making plans? And I know you mentioned expenses. Is that in regards to like spending money, like going places, or? Okay. Okay, so do you think that you communicate that effectively, and overtly? Like, do you think you do that, or is that something that maybe you internalize more? Okay. Okay, so maybe something that you could work on. Sometimes people really need to be told to turn their car down. Sometimes some people really need to be told the expectations in friendships or just relationships in general. I am someone who's I usually find very intuitive, or I'm receptive to people's energy, but even still, sometimes I need people to, lay out what their expectations are for friendships. And I actually have had in the past where someone has told me their expectations for the friendship, and I just had to say, you know what, I'm not in a place where I can do this, nor would I ever really be in a place to provide that to a friend. So I just don't think that this relationship is really good for either of us, this friendship. And I had to walk away from that friendship, but me staying would have been unfair to the both of us. Do you want to sip, by the way? It's oat milk. Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well, I'm proud of you. That's really good that you can recognize that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, go here. Now, what is something that maybe you regret doing last year you wish you didn't do? Yep, it could be anything. It could be situational based. It could be something about yourself. Maybe you wish you didn't dye your hair that one color, or maybe you wish you didn't have that bad interaction with someone. Okay. Oh, I see. Do you think that's something, though, that you've learned from that experience? A little bit, yeah, so you can't really regret it too much, especially if you learn something from it, right? That's what I tell myself. Okay. I'm gonna change the gear up a little bit. Do you think you'd ever want to have kids if you don't already? Okay. I on the outside? And there's no wrong answers here. I'm not judging, I'm just writing. Okay. Okay, I see. Now, if you place a lot of emphasis on looks and height and whatnot, do you feel guilty for that, or? Okay. Okay, definitely. And do you think that makes you put more effort into your own self-care, per se, or not necessarily? No, I'm not judging. I know some people, for example, who have certain traits that they require in someone physically, and they do feel guilty that they require those, but at the end of the day, they just can't change them because that's their attraction. But I was just asking. Yeah, no, be proud if that's who you are. Okay, definitely. So, do you think that if you met someone and you didn't meet one of their traits physically, would you change yourself for them, and vice versa? Would you expect them to change themselves for you, whether that be getting a different haircut or getting, I don't know, super long fingernails or something, or whether that's even more permanent, like lip injections or a nose job or something like that? Because personally, I don't ever think we should have to change ourselves for anyone. We're all beautiful in our own way. But if you would expect someone to change for you in that way, would you change for them in that way? Okay, I see. Okay, so that's where you draw the line, is there? Now, have you ever gotten any work done before? No, not judging. I've Botox to try and relax this eyebrow. But I haven't gotten anything else done. Okay. I see. Looks really nice, yeah. Very beautiful. Regardless of what you've had done. What's your favorite thing about yourself right now? I think there's favorite things about ourselves overall, but like right at this moment, if I had to ask you, so far within the past month, what's been the favorite thing about yourself? Oh, okay. What are some adventurous things you've done? New foods, no, that definitely counts. New foods is adventurous. What is one food that you just cannot stand? Okay, and is that because of the texture? Oh. Yeah, memories can definitely affect how we see foods. I, for example, used to love salmon. I know a lot of people love salmon. I used to love salmon, but I had a few negative experiences with salmon while on reserve. My mom used to teach on reserve, and we would have these huge cookouts, I guess you could call them, on reserve, and it was just the sheer amount of salmon and the flies that it just turned me off of it. I could not. But prior to that, when we were at the schools on reserve and whatnot, I was just hammering down salmon. I mean, all the omega-3. Yeah, so memories can really affect that, and so does smell. Smell is our strongest scent, especially in terms of triggering memories and whatnot. Yeah. What's one smell that makes you think of like a really happy memory? Like it could be fresh cut grass and like playing outside, or cinnamon. Ooh, I love cinnamon. Aww. That's really cozy, yeah. It's really cozy. Okay, now all the time about being vegan and why I'm vegan and blah blah blah. So why are you not? Why do you eat all foods? Okay. Do you think you would ever change your diet, whether that is vegetarian or vegan, or whether that's just being more healthy or more unhealthy, whatever that is? Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to get that too, some more like leafy greens for energy. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, now, here's a question, because I am in social media a lot. Do you find that you have a shorter attention span because of like TikTok or Instagram Reels, if you have that at all? YouTube Shorts, right? Okay. Does it scare you for your future in terms of like having a shorter attention span, or your kids, if you want to have kids, and them having a shorter attention span? I think a little bit, right? Yeah. I wouldn't say that I have a shorter attention span, but I would say that I feel more pressure to output content constantly, because you're constantly consuming content. So as a content creator, you always want to make sure you're posting so that you're never forgotten, and that for me specifically, I'm always helping people, because that's what's the whole goal for my channel. So the more views I get, the more subscribers I have, the more people I'm helping, which is what really drives me, and what really motivates me. Is I just want to, help people. I don't care about like fame or anything like that, really. I just care about helping more people and people loving my content because it helps them, whether that's making them laugh or helping them sleep, whatever it may be. With that said, would you ever want fame and fortune but not fame? Yeah, I think that's for a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't. I think it's cool when there are people who have like 1 million Instagram followers or something like that, but I don't know if I would ever want to be like red carpet famous, because I would just be more scared about, I don't know, just everything is under a microscope. I mean, even with influencers it is as well, but I would just be scared the paparazzi would, like, I don't know, catch me coming out of like a butcher shop, and I'd be like, I'm just buying meat for my husband, I'm so sorry, and then they'd be like, oh, fake vegan, blah 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 blah, how the tabloids do it. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this section here, just asking about your sleeping habits, because lately I've been having a lot of like nightmares, very, very violent nightmares, like crying nightmares. So I wanted to see if it's something in the air, if you've been having a lot of nightmares recently, or if you have any dreams at all. Okay. So not really a big dreamer. When you have dreams, are you able to usually remember them and really detailed, or no? Not really, okay. I know it is kind of concerning. I was thinking that I should probably talk to someone about that, just because they're always so violent, and it does affect me, especially like, I'm scared to do certain things now because of nightmares I've had. Yeah, it's really weird, and I can always remember every single detail, like down to the outfit I was wearing and the other person was wearing, the smells that I was smelling in my dream, like everything. It's like I was right there actually living it. I think that's why when I wake up I'm so scared, because it was so vivid, Okay, well, at least you haven't been having any nightmares. Hopefully that you have some more sweet dreams in 2024. Okay. personal questions video. I did one last year and you guys seemed to really like it, so I thought I'd do another. I also just got my nails done today.